Hi, I'm Umashree, a chartered accountant, a watercolor and a gouache artist, a creative business entrepreneur, and a mom to a toddler. Welcome to Gouache Postcards at Dusk Challenge. I'm so thrilled you are here. Over the next 5 days, we are going to paint soft, soulful landscapes together, but more importantly, we are going to reconnect with that self of you that wants to create, express, and slow down. Whether you've never picked up a brush before or starting after a long break, this space is for you. Just peaceful brushstrokes, gentle mindset shifts, and a whole lot of encouragement. Remember, you're not alone. I'm right here beside you, and so is an incredible support community. So come, let's paint something together through this 5-day Postcards at Dusk challenge. Also, remember to join the Facebook support community for this challenge and make sure to share in your beautiful creations out there. No matter how they turn out, they are still beautiful, they are still perfect, and they are pieces of art. I'm looking forward to see all your paintings there. For the first day of this challenge, we are painting silence, the kind of hush that only snow and stillness can bring. And it reminded me of where I began. I have listed down the colors here for you to get your color palette ready, and we'll begin with the painting now. I'm just beginning in with a very simple pencil sketch, marking the horizon line, the water space, and going to add a small cottage on the bottom right side of the water that we are adding in. You can go ahead with your preferred silhouette, no need to just have the exact same ones if you wish to alter the silhouette of the cabin that we are adding. I'm going to be adding in two, one which is prominently visible on the right side and one towards the further right of it, which will be just a very small cottage hidden behind this big cottage. I remember standing on the edge of art, not knowing where to begin. I didn't know how to blend skies or sketch shapes. I just knew I wanted peace, a pause, a place to breathe, and this was it. So I have my pencil sketch ready. We have the sky, the water, the snow area, and the red cabin that we are adding. I added the smaller cabin towards the left instead of adding it towards the right now. Beginning in with the colors for the sky, I'm creating in pastel colors quickly by adding in white to my base colors. You would need pastel shades of blue, pink, orange, yellow, and I'm just going to begin in with the base for the sky, blending in the colors one by one, beginning in with the blue at the top, moving into the yellows and the orange. If you're staring at a blank page today, wondering if you're creative enough, I want you to know you already are. The desire to make art is enough. So I've blended the sky with 3 colors here. Now we are going to add in the cloud details later on. I've gone ahead with a very beautiful pastel subtle sky. You can see my colors are almost equal to white with just a little hint of the colors that I'm adding in. Beginning in with the water area, I'm going to take up a little darker blue and just add in a layer for the water. This is the base layer for the sea that is there across the snow area. On top of this, I'll add in the waves and the snow details later on. I didn't learn it all in one day. In fact, I still call myself a learner. But it's in showing up, in the middle of the mess and the muddle, that we grow up. So into the water space as well, I've just added little pink highlights at the bottom to create a little glow of the sky in the water space. Now beginning in with one tone darker colors of the base layer that I've used, and I'm adding in simple subtle clouds. We are working with a postcard size, so make sure you use your brush according to those sizes. I'm just using simple strokes, giving you a close-up view of how I'm adding in these strokes to create in the clouds and creating them the soft blend into the base of the sky as well. I'm gently going ahead one stroke at a time, building in the clouds. I'm making sure that we still have the base colors visible, but adding in the clouds in such a subtle soft way such that you still have those beautiful soft cloud effects coming in. Adding in little yellow highlights to the top as well. Moving on to the red cabin, I'm going to add in the base layer for the cabin. It's a beautiful bold red that I'm using. Try using in a red or a bright yellow or a bright teal color which will stand out, which are usually there in the snow spaces. I'm leaving the window panes empty because I need them to be white. I'll just be adding in little black hints to them later on. I've given a very uneven edge at the bottom, as you can see, because I'm going to show that there is snow collected in front of this red cabin as well. So I'm just diluting the base layers, blending it at the base bottom white paper. When we add in the snow, you will see how all of this will automatically get covered up. Even if you do not blend it at this point, it's perfectly okay because the white color will cover it all up. Adding in a little lighter hint of the same red color for the next cabin that we have on the left side. I've left the rooftops empty because that's going to be completely snow capped. I'm just going to add in little textures to that at the top later on with the white color only. Moving to the snow space, just going to begin in with white. I'll add in a layer of white, and then using in the blue color, I will create highlights into the snow area. Now using in the very light pastel blue, beginning in from the edges, I'm bringing in some snow strokes inside, and now in front of the red cabin as well, I'll add in the snow details first with the blue color quickly, and then use in white to build in the second layer. Make sure your layers are dried before you begin in with the next layers, because otherwise the colors will be activated. So you see how with the help of blue and white, I've added in these little highlights in front of the red cabin, trying to show in that snow collected as a huge mountain in front of this red cabin that we are painting. Now, as I told you, on the roof of the cabin, I'm just going ahead with white color to act in as the snow, and just going ahead with thick white layer. Same into the windows and the doors of the red cabin that I've added. Now with some darker tones of blue and purple, I will begin defining in the water space. So at the bottom, I'm giving in that line across the snow area, giving in a very unfinished line, as you can see. And then I'll build in the wave details, adding in simple waves here out. Building in waves with 2 to 3 different layer tones of the blue color, I began in with a lighter tone, moving on to a darker tone, defining the edges of the red cabin, which is at the top, overlaying onto the water area so that we have that beautiful look and edged look to the roof of the cabin as well. And now on the horizon line, beginning in with quick pine tree details here first with the black color. Believe me, your first painting may feel shaky, uneven, but it will be beautiful because you made it. That's the beginning of your journey, and I'd love to walk it with you. So across the entire horizon line, I've gone ahead with quick, easy pine trees of different lengths, filling in the space quickly. In between this, I'll go ahead with some detailed pine trees, and then we'll be adding in the snow details as well to these. You can see how slowly the entire winterland is coming in together, giving in those perfect winter whispers that we're trying to depict here through our beautiful paintings. Now randomly in between these, I'm going ahead with some quick detailed pine trees. You can see my brush strokes are moving quick, not much detailed, but they look so beautiful and realistic because of the strokes that we are using in here. So I've not added them across the entire horizon line. I'm just going ahead with some quick layouts here and there. In between we have the quick pine trees that we've already added in. Now using in one tone darker red color mixed in with a little hint of brown, I'm beginning to create in little shadow and the details into this red cabin here. I'm trying to build in the details here and trying to get in that softness and building in the shadows for the red cabin. So you see I'm going ahead very gently on the edges, building in the details, and then I'll blend it with the base layers. On the roof as well, just adding in little brown highlights at the top. Again, I will give in a little white layer to cover it up with the snow with just little brown highlights visible. Now into the rest of the cabin, giving in little textures with a little darker hint of the red. Now I'm just adding in some darker details into the window panes and the doors, so just to the center of them, using in the black color, giving in the details. Now using in the white in a bold consistency, again adding in the snow details on top of the roof, but you see in such a way that we have the brown highlights visible on the edges, giving in that proper outlining to the red cabin that we've added. Now I'm going to go ahead, add in some further details. So first I'm going to add in some blue details onto the snow space, adding in some blue lines, and quickly using in white, I will blend these. Basically I'm trying to show in as some shadow of the pine trees which are not in our view, but the shadow of which is falling here. So using the blue color, I'm trying to create in this shadow and giving it all a soft blend, because I don't like boldness of strokes into my painting much. Now let's quickly add in some snow highlights onto these pine trees. I'm using a very fine detailer brush, adding in some white details here, very quick and easy, just simple strokes. This is the space where you stop doubting and start doing. And when you are ready to go beyond this postcard, I have something really great coming up for you. No pressure, no overwhelm, just a step-by-step journey toward confidence with color. And I'm done adding in all of the snow highlights onto the pine trees as well. And there you go, just like that, we are ready with our first postcard for this challenge. Let's peel off the masking tape carefully and have a closer look at a beautiful painting from day 1 of this 5 days of the postcard challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed painting this, and I will see you guys tomorrow into the day 2 of this challenge.